Hey everyone, I'm making this video to help you with the healing process. Many people would like to work with me personally, but they can't afford it. So I wanted to give an option out there for people to heal themselves using the information out there. So if you can't afford it, I encourage you to work with me personally. And if you can't, hopefully these videos can get you on the right track where you can start seeing some progress. So the first thing you have to understand when it comes to healing is that there's one major thing that I always see hang everyone up, and that is the unwillingness to let go of who you think you are so that you can be the person who's healed. So let me give you an example here. Imagine you're an athlete. Imagine you want to be an athlete and you come to me and you say, Talmage, I want to have the perfect body of my dreams, but I don't want to stop eating McDonald's 5 times a day, followed by chugging a gallon of gravy. That's impossible. At least, you can't eat McDonald's 5 times a day and expect to be healthy and expect to be an athlete. It just doesn't work that way. So healing is the same way. You can't expect to keep all your negative fears, your lack of self-love, your resentments, your anger, your limitation, your safe spaces, and expect to heal. It doesn't work that way. You can have one or the other. You can hold on to the negativity, the fear, the limitations, or you can be healed. But you can't have them both. And it's really important for you to understand this, because I see many times what stops people, they'll begin the healing process, but what stops them is that they want to continue to hold on to the fear. They want to continue to hold on to the negative forms of trauma which are responsible for them experiencing the illness in the first place. When it comes to illness, there's something you need to understand. Despite what you've been told and despite what doctors and everyone say, the true essence, the origin of illness starts in the mind, usually in the form of trauma. By trauma, I don't necessarily mean car accidents or abuse, which can be a form of trauma. I also referring to negative subconscious beliefs that you believe you must put up with because that's how the world is. If you haven't seen my video yet on the perception infection, I encourage you to check it out and please look at it. So most people, when they have illness, they don't understand that the illness isn't a curse. It's not like something to punish you. It's not from the universe to hurt you. It's literally a way for you to wake up. It's your body's way of trying to tell you that there's something in your subconscious that's unresolved, or you're not in alignment with your living. You're not in alignment with what makes you feel happy and what's healthy and what's best for you. So the best way it can try to help you is by communicating this disease within you, lack of alignment, lack of ease within you, by using the part of the body which is appropriate and represents the illness. So for instance, I find that people who have an unhealthy belief that they must take the world upon them, burdens upon them that they don't want to take, whether it be financial or responsibilities that are not their responsibilities. This manifests in the back, usually with lower back pains, displaced spine, things like that, because literally the body's saying you have a belief that you must bear the weight of everything, and it's causing you a lot of trauma, but you're not listening, so we're trying to communicate. Okay, you need to rethink things, you need to redo things and how you're doing things. Another example is shoulders. A lot of people who believe they have the weight of the world on their shoulders, they have shoulder problems. People who don't want to see certain aspects of their lives that they're in denial of, that they don't want to see something. It tends to manifest in the eyes. People who have problems communicating themselves out of fear because they want to be accepted by society. This will manifest itself in the mouth or the throat. Trying to communicate. People who don't want to move forward in life or who feel stuck, it manifests in the knees, knee problems, or the feet. Things about shame and anger can manifest as skin issues on the face or the head. Then you go into immune disorders and cancers and and heart disease. All of these illnesses and diseases manifest because you have a belief within yourself that's a trauma or a belief that is affecting the way you're living. and it's manifesting in this into your body. So by definition, you cannot expect to be healed and still hold on to the fear. Like sometimes I'll work with people, and they will want to, like, they'll have an illness that manifests because of their fear and their lack of self-esteem, but they'll want to hold on to the fear. They'll want to still hide from the world, but they want to heal, and it doesn't work that way. It never has. You can have one or you can have the other. You can have limitations or you can have health. You can have fear or you can have healing. You can have anger and resentment, or you can have life. You can't have them both. It doesn't work that way. Now, what stops a lot of people is the fear of what others will think. The fear, the need to be accepted. They're afraid of, if I heal, what will others think of me? What will others say of me? How will I identify as who I am if all I am is my pain? And you got to really understand that if you really want this healing to work, you really need to make an effort. You need to make a choice. And this brings me on to the next level here that most people don't really understand, and they use it as a way to slow down, is you don't need to understand how to let something go. You just have to make a decision that you want to do it. And the decision that you make will begin opening up the doors that show you how to let go, show you ways of looking at things. It's really important for you to understand that the only reason that we hold on to beliefs that hurt us and that manifest in illness is on some level we believe that belief will keep us safe. We believe on some level that we need it to keep us safe, but in fact it's hurting us. For instance, say you have a belief that you are afraid to assert yourself, that you're afraid to speak up, so that you never speak up for yourself, that you never assert your needs, you never do it in a calm manner. Usually people who have this fear end up developing throat or mouth issues. And this is because the fear is based upon the fact that they believe that not asserting themselves is a way to keep safe. They believe that by being quiet, by keeping your head down, by not asserting your needs, it's the only way you can avoid danger, and it's the only way that you can be accepted and get love in society. So as a result of this, they want to hold on to that idea that they need to fear, that they need to hide, but they also want to heal. You can't have it both ways. I'm sorry, guys, it doesn't work that way. You have to actually make a decision. And that comes to the next part, is that decision involves the willingness to let go of who you think you are. Who do you think you are? Like your limitations, your anger, your negativity, your fear, your victim consciousness. You need to make a decision right now that the perceived discomfort of stepping into the unknown is less than the pain of staying the same or where you are. But you can't have them both. You can't have the negativity, you can't have the depression, you can't have the resentments, you can't have the trauma that you believe defines you and then expect to heal. It doesn't work that way. They're two different frequencies. Healing is a frequency of joy, of love, of peace, of accepting yourself without judgment, being in alignment, listening to your intuition, trust, expansion, possibility. That's healing. Healing over here. And then you've got negativity, which is depression, anger, hostility, resentments, victim consciousness, being safe, the fear of what others think. So you need to understand that what stops most people from healing is that they want their hamburgers, but they also want the healthy body. They want to have their hamburgers 10 times a day and their cheeseburgers and their ice cream, but they still want the body. It doesn't work that way, guys. So you need to ask yourself a decision, like, what is this healing worth to you? Like, are you literally willing to let go of who you think you are? Are you willing to let go of the limitations that you've let define yourself? Are you willing to go into that place where you don't really know, like you've never had it before? Are you willing to go into that unknown to have happiness the first time? Do you think you deserve it? Is even more important. A lot of people don't understand that. You have to have self-love. You have to love yourself. You have to have that courage, that sense of power. You don't have to know how to do it. You just have to have the desire for it, and then you can open the door. But a lot of people hate themselves. They'll hate themselves unconditionally. They'll judge themselves. They'll have shame for themselves. They want to hold on to fear, and they want to project their power, but they want the healing. It doesn't work that way. It never has. You have to be willing to have one or the other. I'm not saying you have to know how to do it. I'm just saying you have to be willing. Are you willing? All right, we're going to go into part 2 later.